Jesus says the enemy is stealing your future. There's so much you need to know, but you can't skip this. Listen up, my child. Please pay attention to what I say. Please, I beg you with all my heart. You only have 5 minutes left until something hidden appears in front of you. I can't leave you to deal with it without my help, my truth, or my comfort. Something bad is about to happen, but I know what it is. That's why calling your name makes my voice shake. You might believe you have more time. You might think that life will give you more time, more chances, or more hours. You might believe that things will stay the same, and nothing will break. But son, you're about to experience a moment that will change everything. I can't keep quiet. I'm not going to. Not when you really want to give up. You can't hear my soft whispers when your own thoughts are so loud. Not when you think I'm not here and feel even more alone. I need to talk to you. Son, please. Please help me. I'm not mad at you. I don't think less of you. I love you so much that I can't even describe it. I can tell you're tired. I can see how long you've been carrying things in your heart that you shouldn't have. I can see the sadness in your eyes and the weight on your shoulders. The fears you don't even tell yourself about. I see the nights you can't sleep because your mind is filled with painful thoughts. I remember how you got up every morning, even though you didn't want to. I saw everything. I never took my eyes off of you. Now and then, though, you've moved away from me. You shut down your heart not because you wanted to, but because life hit you hard. You were drifting, but didn't know it. You thought you were just making it. You were sure you were doing the right thing to keep going. In spite of my warmth, you slowly moved away from me. The way you felt was pushed down until they were like heavy rocks in your soul. You didn't tell me about them because you believed I wouldn't want to hear about your pain. You might have thought I wouldn't get it. You might have thought I couldn't get to know you because you were so crazy. Son, you were always close to me. Not even for a second. I've been here all the time. I went with you through every room, memory, fear, and mistake. When you thought you weren't good enough, I was there for you. I held you when you were sad and alone. I heard your heart cry out in silence. I kept trying to get your attention so I could show you how much I love you. And you never turned your head, even a little. But you were in so much pain that you didn't notice when I put my hands on your shoulders. When you were by yourself in the dark, you didn't feel me. When you thought about leaving, you didn't hear my voice. While I held you so tightly, you felt like you were all by yourself. If I had held you any tighter, you would have broken. When darkness tried to take you over, I wrapped you in my light. I spoke peace into your mind when you were scared. You had passed out inside, and I picked you up. You had no idea it was me. Now, I'm calling you right away because the moment is coming up quickly. At this point, you can take a breath that will lead you in a new direction. It's meant to wake you up, not hurt you. You will be afraid to face it without me, though. You won't be able to see clearly because of it. There won't be any love to help you get through it. Instead, you'll feel empty. Son, pay attention. You think that 5 minutes is a length of time. What I mean is more than just time. It has to do with how close you are to a spirit change. There is one door about to close and another about to open. I'm talking about the last few seconds before your heart breaks and has to decide whether to fall apart or give up on me so I can fix it. I'm not here to scare you. You are drowning in your own thoughts. Lies that tell you you're alone, and pain that has made you think you're not good enough for anything good. Here I am to save you. I want to hold you close before you decide what to do, because you're scared, sad, or tired. I'm here to stop you before you do something that will make your wounds worse. Son, you've been fighting battles that you should have been fighting with me. You may not know how to let go, but you can let go into me. You were made by me. I understand how to hold you. I know all the weak spots in you. I also know how to keep what's soft safe. I know the dreams you buried. I know the tears you hide. I know how strong you act when you're really breaking down inside. You've been having a hard time by yourself, and it's causing more damage than you know. You can type, Jesus, carry my heart, if you're sick of carrying it by yourself. That's the reason I'm calling you so hard right now. That's why my voice sounds rushed and almost shaking. That's why I ask, Son, please. Because you can still hear me, your heart is still open. However, the noise around you is getting worse. If you don't let me get close, it might soon be too loud for me to hear. Please come back to me now, not after, not tomorrow. Now is the time to come before these 5 spiritual minutes end. Let me hold your hand before you do something that will change the rest of your life. I'll show you something you can't see. Please let me keep you safe from what you can't see. Don't look away from me. Do not make your heart hard again. Let my words get to the places that hurt the most. Let me break down the walls you built to stay alive. You no longer have to just stay alive. You were made to really live, and you can only live again if you let me breathe life into you. Son, come here. I'm right in front of you. I'm almost as close as your next breath. Look at me. Allow me to touch your heart. Let me bring you peace of mind. Let me shine some light on you. I need you with me before the 5 minutes are up. I'm going to put my hand on your heart now. Feel me. Yes, you can. Allow me to go further. Everything will change after I show you the truth. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community, seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. You're listening now, son. I need to take you somewhere deep inside you that you don't let yourself go very often. I need to show you the wounds you've been hiding for a long time. I have no plans to hurt you. I have to do this because I can't heal what you act like isn't there. I can't take what you won't show me. I can't fix what you've been hiding for years. Come up closer. Do not be scared. I've never turned away from your pain. Not once. I've seen you hide your scars from other people, but you've never done that to me. I saw them as soon as they came together. I felt each one like a flame going through my heart. I hurt with you when you hurt. I held you when you cried alone. Even though you didn't know it, I stayed close, waiting for the day you would fall into my arms, so I could pick you up again. You told yourself you were strong enough to handle everything on your own. Son, let me talk now. Let me find what you've pushed so far down that you've forgotten it's there. You've been so alone at night that you didn't think morning would ever come. You tried to be brave, but you could feel your heart breaking. Do you remember those nights? People who felt like their hearts were heavy and stared at the ceiling, the wall, or the darkness. Those nights when you had terrible thoughts that you didn't tell anyone. When you said, "I'm fine," but were really drowning inside. Every night I was there. I sat on the edge of your bed. I touched your forehead with my hand. I told you there was peace, even though you didn't think it was possible. I wiped the tears off your face when you thought no one could see them. I heard every silent sob that you never got to say. "I am here, son," I whispered, but your pain was too loud for you to hear me. Let me take you back to that night. Do you remember the night you curled up because you felt small and forgotten? You told yourself that leaving wouldn't bother anyone. You told yourself you were too much to carry. You told yourself you were not strong. You lied to yourself that no one loved you and buried your face in your pillow so no one else could hear you cry. I was next to you. It was so close that if you could see into the spirit world, you would have seen my arms around you, pulling you close to my chest. I rocked you gently, like a parent comforting a child who is upset. "You matter to me," I said in a whisper. "You are very important." That being said, your heart had been hurt so many times that you couldn't believe a soft word, not even mine. Because of this, you stayed curled up and felt alone, even though I was holding you. You're also hurt in other ways, hurt from being lied to, from people who said they wouldn't leave but did, people who told you they cared but couldn't keep your heart soft, people who hurt you but don't care about the damage they did, people who hurt you by what they said when they were mad, didn't care, or didn't pay attention. They made you feel not good enough, but I made you better than good enough. Those times hurt you very much. You learned to bury those cuts instead of taking care of them. You told yourself, it doesn't matter. You tried to hide the pain. You had to push yourself to move on. You tried to forget. You pretended it didn't happen. Please help our channel. Our goal is to make your life happier and stronger in your faith in God. You can show your love and support by giving money through Super Thanks if you'd like to. Son, pain doesn't go away just because you hide it. It calms down. It goes down. It gets roots. It felt like you had wounds that would never heal. You got scars that still hurt and started living with them. You put up walls around your heart to keep other people from getting to the painful spots again. You thought this was being strong, but it was really just a way to stay alive. To be truly strong, you need to heal, not hide. You also hide your fear. Fear of being left once more. The fear of failing. fear of being seen for who they really are, fear of getting hurt, being afraid to trust, hope, and be open to being hurt. You learned to be sure of yourself even when you were scared. You learned to smile even when you were sad. You learned to share parts of yourself with other people, but keep your deepest selves hidden. I can see those fears, though. I see all of them. They build up inside you like storms, but you try to stay strong like the wind can't move you. But I can see how hard it is for you to stand up straight. I can see how tired your soul is of acting tough all the time. Now I'll show you shame. The shame you don't talk about. You don't even want to tell yourself about your shame. The shame that tells you that no one should love you. The shame that tells you you're too broken to fix. Shame tells you that you deserve bad things and not good things. The shame that keeps making you think about the mistakes you've made in the past. Son, I want you to fully grasp something. I'm not ashamed. Shame is your enemy because it tries to make you believe that your wounds make you unfit. I don't see you that way though. When I look at you, I don't see your flaws or sins. I see you through the love I gave you. I see you through all the times I carried you. I see you through the beauty I built into you when I made you. I don't judge you when I look at you. Through kindness instead of harshness. With kindness instead of blame. Also, I want you to remember something else. Even when you thought I was far away, I was really only a heartbeat away. I was keeping an eye on you when you felt like you were alone. I was calling your name softly when you felt like I had forgotten about you. When you thought you weren't good enough, I was here for you. I looked at you with love so strong it could melt mountains when you felt like you couldn't be seen. You missed me, not because you were blind, but because the pain made it hard to see. You can only feel the wound itself when it's new. When the heart hurts, it's hard to feel anything else. I was there every time though. I'll show you one more time. You remember the day you tried to smile, even though you were really upset. People didn't have to worry about you, because you pretended to be strong all day. But there was something heavy inside you, a quiet sob that won't go away. You told yourself that this way of feeling was wrong. You told yourself to get stronger. You told yourself that you were being too strict. However, you felt like giving up on the inside. I walked with you the whole day. As I walked, I put my hand on your back to keep you steady. As you were about to give up, I told you in a whisper, "Keep going, son, I'm here." I had tears in my eyes as I watched you when you thought no one cared. Yes, tears, because I feel what you feel, even though I am your God. And it hurts me more than you know to see you suffer in silence. I felt sad every time you thought you were by yourself. I felt sad when you thought you had to do everything by yourself. I cried when you told yourself that your pain was too small, too complicated, or too ugly to share with me. That you thought you had to be strong in front of me broke my heart. All I ever wanted was for you to fall into my arms and let me hold you. Now, son, I'm not showing you these wounds to make you feel bad, to shame you, or to break you. I'm showing them to you because you don't realize how much they change your life. You have a guard up because you think you are cold. You feel hurt even though you think you're mad. There are so many things going on that you think you're numb. It's not that you're lost, that you're hurt. You don't need to hide from me. I already know all of your wounds. I remember every painful memory. I know when you stopped believing in me, I know the exact moment you stopped thinking you were beautiful. I remember the first time you didn't feel safe. I remember the time you learned to bury things instead of healing them. I know something else, though. I know how to make you better. I know how to get into places you've locked up for years. I know how to make your soul whole again. I know how to bring life to parts of you that feel dead. I know how to make your heart feel better. I can fix what you thought was broken for good. I don't want you to open all of my wounds at once. Please only let me into one place at a time. Let me touch one scar, one memory, one fear, or one piece of the pain you've been carrying by yourself. I'm not in a hurry. Don't feel pushed. I am here, always here, patient, kind, loving, and strong. No matter what comes to the surface, I will not leave. I'm not going to blink. I am not going to be shocked. I will not be let down. You are the person I chose, and I already know everything about you. I welcome you, son. I have an open heart. Let me touch your wounds. I'll show you that I'm not scared of them. I love you more even though they bother me. Let me show you that being with me is really safe. Let me now make you feel better. Let me grab you and hold you. I'm going to hold you the way you should have been held the whole time. You're not by yourself. You were never that. You will never be again. Son, I need to show you something hard, but important now that your heart is open. You need to see what you almost lost. This wasn't meant to scare you or punish you, but to show you how dangerous the path you were on was. It would have been easy for hope to leave your hands where you were. You were moving toward a future that I didn't want for you. You would have crossed a line that you couldn't fix if you hadn't listened to me. Son, come here. Don't move away. Please listen to me. I will hold you up while I show you this. Thank you, Lord, for always being there. Look at the path you were on, if He's never left your side. Not the one other people saw, not the path you claimed to be taking, but the one inside your heart, the calm one, the one that's hidden, the tired, sad, scared, and lonely one. No, you weren't going to hell because you were bad. You were walking there, even though you were hurt, tired, and in a lot of pain, because you didn't trust anyone to help you let it out, and thought you were by yourself. That made your steps less steady. It got harder for you to hope. There was less fire inside you. You were getting further and further away from a place where you didn't see any reason to try. You stopped having dreams. You gave up on the idea that things could change. You gave up hoping for happiness. You stopped letting your heart be open. You stopped believing in your own worth, even though you told yourself every day, I'm fine. Deep down you knew, I can't do this much longer. I heard someone say,
Son,
it happened every time, and every time you said it, it hurt because I knew where that path would lead if no one stopped it. Not a road of punishment, but a road that leads nowhere. A road that makes your heart stop beating. A road that makes your spirit heavy. A path where you don't care about yourself. You give up in silence on this road long before your life ends. And I couldn't let that happen. I will show you what would happen if you didn't stop moving forward with me. Even though you didn't want to, you would have become colder on the inside because of the pain. No matter what, you would have pushed people away. You would have picked being alone over being connected. Because you thought you were safer by yourself. And little by little, every day, the light inside you would have gone out until you barely recognized yourself. I knew what kind of you was going to show up. The person who was so tired he couldn't even talk, who felt numb even when other people were around, and who had wounds so deep he didn't bother trying to heal them anymore. A past self of yours who lived without a goal, peace, or happiness. A past self of yours that was alive, but not really living. You almost broke your heart. Your kind heart, your heart of hope, and your care heart. You almost stopped being able to feel the beauty I put around you. You almost didn't want to get up every morning. Nearly, you lost the part of you that thought life could be more than pain. And if you had kept going, you would have reached a point where you could no longer hear my voice. Not because I stopped talking, but because your wounds would have made me too loud to hear. You would have been too hurt to answer the phone. But I still would have been calling. You need to see how close you got to being quiet. In your heart, there was a moment coming up. A clear moment I saw that you didn't. A time when you would have made a choice based on how broken you were. A decision that would have shut down doors I wanted to open for you. A choice that would have made your future about pain instead of getting better. A choice that would have kept you in a life that was much smaller than the one I made for you. That moment wasn't meant to punish you. It was meant to make you feel so bad that you would have chosen something that hurt you more. On a spiritual level, you were about to enter a time when you couldn't recognize the person you had become. It was only minutes away from your heart stopping. You were about to give up on things you were meant to rise to. Just minutes away from giving up on dreams I planted in you before you were born. You were almost going to lose the future I planned for you. I'll show you a bit of that future to help you understand the beauty I fought to keep. I planned for you to be happy. The kind of happiness that makes your whole face shine. The kind that makes you stop and think, I'm glad I'm alive. I planned for you to meet people who would love you deeply and truly, who would see how valuable you are and care about your heart. I planned times when you'd think, I would have held on longer if I had known how good things were going to get. I planned for you to be strong, not the tough kind of strength you made yourself wear. Strength that comes from getting better, being free, and knowing you are loved no matter what. I planned something meaningful for you. Something that makes use of your skills and gives your heart a reason to get up every day. I made peace for you, a peace that is so soft and steady that it calms you down. I planned for you to receive and give love, a love that keeps you safe, is steady, warm, and gives you life. And it was too easy for you to lose everything. You made the choices you did because of your wounds, not because I wanted to take it away. The choices you made shaped your future. That's why I begged you. That's why my voice was shaking with stress. I told him, son, please listen to me now. I told you there were only 5 minutes left, because I saw where your next steps were leading you and couldn't stand to leave you to walk there by yourself. I couldn't stand to see you give up and settle for a painful life. Son, I need you to understand something. The person who wants to destroy your soul doesn't have to hurt you suddenly. He only needs to slowly get you to stop caring. He only needs to dull your senses. He only needs to wear you out. He only has to whisper lies to you until you believe them. He only needs to make you lose hope until you have nothing left to fight with. You were close too, son. You turned your ear away, though. That's right. Though your heart was heavy, you weren't sure, and you felt like you weren't good enough, you turned toward my voice. You heard what I had to say before the moment was over. Now things are different because you did that. Son, do you understand what it means to have heard? It means you let me pull you away from the edge. In other words, you took the first step toward getting better. It means you let light in, but let darkness in. It means you won't lose your future. That means your story is still good. It means that your heart can still heal. I feel better, son. I tried to reach out to you so many times that I hope you would finally stop long enough to feel my presence. I wished the sound of my whisper would reach the weak spots in your soul. So many times that you don't know how many times. How many times did I stand in front of you and protect you from harm you didn't even know was there? You heard me this time, though. I was able to get in. I'll show you something else. Check out my hands. Can you see the scars? They're for you. They show that I'd rather be hurt than lose you. Proof that I'd rather get hurt than let you walk alone. Proof that I will always defend you. There was a time when you almost lost a lot, but it's not because you are weak. You almost lost it because you were upset. I got to you in time, though, and I won't let your wounds decide what you do next. Son, you're no longer going that way. As soon as you heard my voice, you left that path. The spiritual countdown stopped as soon as you let me talk. As soon as you let me touch your heart, the future you were about to lose became possible again. Please take my hand now. No, not because you are no longer in danger. I want to walk with you into the life that was almost taken away. I want to help you get better. I want to bring you peace. I want to show you what you were meant to do all along. Just so you know, I am not let down by you. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you paid attention. Glad you're still here. I'm glad you're letting your heart open up again. Feel proud that you didn't give up. No matter how much you've been through, you listened to me. You won't lose your future because of that. That's why you will rise. So, the story you thought was over is actually just getting started. Son, you got back just in time. I will now take you forward. I'll show you things that will make you better. I will tell you the truth, which will heal you. I will lead you through the dark until you reach a warm light that makes you cry. You were about to lose what I had planned for you, but you paid attention, so now things can be different. I will not let you go because you are safe with me. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Son, I need to show you something even more important now. That you've seen what you almost lost. I need to show you what kind of person you are. Not the person you thought you were because of life. Not the person your wounds told you. Not the people whose words shaped your thoughts. Not the person that fear tried to get you to become. I want you to remember how I've always seen you. How I saw you before you breathed your first breath. what I saw of you when I made your heart with my own hands. Come sit down with me. Come close to me. Take my words to heart and let them stay there. The part that has forgotten how pretty it is. Let me tell you the truth, instead of the lies you've been telling for years. Let me put together again the picture of you that life broke. Son, let me tell you who you are. You believe you're broken, but you're not. You think you're empty, but you're actually full of meaning. You believe you are weak, but actually you're very strong. You think you're lost, but I can see where you're going. You believe you are normal, but you have something inside you that no one else does. You believe you are a mistake, but you were imagined, planned, made, and loved into being. I want to tell you how I see you. I don't see failure when I look at you. I see bravery. I see someone who has walked even though everything around him tried to break him. I see someone who got back up over and over again when pain knocked him down. I see someone who doesn't know that he lived through storms that would have killed others. I see someone who has been through a lot, but is still here, breathing and fighting. Son, that's strength, beauty, and worth. You are not someone I don't love when I look at you. It's impossible for me to put a number on how much I love this person. I see a person I picked out before he even knew my name. I see someone whose heart is more beautiful than he knows. I see someone who was made with care, intention, and purpose. I see someone I love so much that I would go through all of time and space to get to him. You think that my mistakes will make me like you less. They didn't. You think my sins drove me away. They didn't. You think that the things you did wrong made me love you less. They didn't. There is nothing you have done, are doing, or will do in the future that can make me forget about my love for you. You need to really get this. There is no crack in my love for you. It doesn't matter how good you are. It stays the same when you fall. It doesn't get weaker when you're lost or confused. It is not conditional, short-term, or unstable. My love for you is eternal and can't be broken. Before you took your first breath, I loved you. I will love you until the end of time. That can't be stopped by anything. That can't be changed. That can't be broken. That you are mine has always been true. Even when you didn't want to be with me. I want to clear up something you've had wrong for a long time. You think I move away when you're embarrassed, but I get closer. You think I look down on you when you feel like you're not good enough, but I really look at you with compassion. You think I look away from you when you feel like you've let me down, but I lift your head up and hold your chin so you can see my eyes. I run toward you before you can take a step when you think you're too broken to come back to me. You are worth a lot to me, not because of what you do, how strong you are, or how hard you try to be good. You are valuable just because you are my son. By itself, that makes you unique. You are the only one like you. No one who has your heart. No one knows what you're thinking. No one else sees the world the way you do. No one has the same mix of kindness and strength as you do. No one with as much potential as you do. And no one else who has the same dreams I planted in your heart. You are not just one of many. You are one of a kind. People need to want you. Picked from the beginning of time. I want to take you back even further than your life on earth. Back further than your childhood and your very first memory. Let me take you back to the time I thought about you. I saw you before everyone else did. I said your name in a whisper before anyone else did. I held you in my heart before anyone else did. I knew how you laughed. I knew your voice. I knew what gifts you had. I was aware of your troubles. I knew you would have to fight. I knew you would have scars. I saw the tenderness in you that other people would miss. I knew all of your dreams, even the ones you would forget. I knew all of your fears, even the ones you wouldn't say out loud. I knew about every day of your life before it happened. Before you were even born, I gave you dreams. I have dreams that show parts of my heart. Dreams that show everyone how beautiful I made you. Dreams that keep you going. Hopes and dreams that are ready to come true. Even if it's not strong, you can still feel some of those dreams. Others have been buried by fear, sadness, or disappointment. Some you lost faith in because things didn't go the way you thought they would. They're not gone, though. They're sound asleep. I'm here to wake them up. You were made to love deeply. This is the reason why it hurts so much when relationships or trust are broken. That you can love so deeply is shown by how much pain you are in. You are weak, so you don't feel deeply. Because I made your heart strong, you feel a lot. You were made to make other people happy. That's why people who are hurting have come to you. They saw something in you that you couldn't see in yourself. Even when you thought you had nothing to give, they could feel the light's warmth. I put inside you. You were not made to survive, to feel nothing, or to give up. You were made with a purpose. You were made to become something important. You were created to go on paths that only you can take. You were made to say things that only you can say. The person I love most about you has never been shown to the world before, because you were made that way. You were created to have real strength, not the kind that acts tough or hides feelings behind a mask. Strength that gets better as you heal. Strength that comes from giving up. Strength that comes from me and goes to you. You were planned to win. I put victory in your story before you even faced a single storm. Not because you're strong enough on your own, but because I'm with you every step of the way. You can write, God is my light and my guide, if He led you in the dark. Share this video too. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided e-books and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step, your abundance awaits.